Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is James Caldwell, speaking for spillitboy.com. And we have finally reached, this is actually the finale of the Braxton's family values. After a whole season of Tamar's bullshit, we have finally reached the end. And I'm just kind of like, where are we? Like, where are we with this whole thing? But anyway, we go right back into that dinner that they were actually having and the big blow up. And for some reason, Tamar was getting ready to leave, but then she turns back around and then she attacks Tony. Like, I was like, I don't get it. Trina was upholding Tony's record and saying, what Tony has done for us and this, that, thing, and the other. And that was all cool, but I didn't understand how Tamar ended up turning around and attacking Tony. That bitch is just as crazy, but that's probably too much of that damn microfilling inside of her, because she's a damn Muppet. She's just ridiculous. Anyway, she attacks Tony. Tony's like, I'm not arguing with you, Tamar. Yeah, you had a record deal. Yeah, whatever. But bitch, whatever. As she goes on off. And it is what it is. She's just ridiculous. But this time, with everything that is going on, Trina has actually really taken it to heart. I think Trina is actually a little different than the other Braxton girls. I don't think she's as forgiving as they are, is what I'm actually getting from Trina. So I understand her, because I would have stopped fucking with Tamar a long time ago, or wrung her motherfucking neck. One of the two. Probably both, actually. But anyway, Trina's having a hard time letting it go. She actually even talked to Braxton Sr. about it. And he says, Daddy's going to come on out there to LA and we're going to get this all squashed. Well, the bad thing, Braxton Sr.'s on the way to LA and passes out. Like, he passed out, didn't know what happened. He gets there, he had to be in the hospital and all this kind of carrying on. It was a mess. But a lot of the conversations she had with Braxton Sr. on before he left to come there, he was very lackluster. It was kind of the same thing that Evelyn gives us, like Tamar did this and Tamar did that. They look like they're tired of hearing Tamar did, Tamar did, Tamar did. But the bitch did. Like, she's constantly doing something. And they're like reaching out for the parents so they don't kill that bitch. And at some point, the parents have to come in and say, bitch, if you don't quit, your siblings is going to fuck you up. Somebody needs to do something. Child, anyway, moving on. That's how you end up seeing murders with siblings and family members and shit on the news, because somebody is just carrying on. And it seems like every family has that. They have that one person that just carries the fuck on. Nobody says anything. And before you know it just gets really bad and it just goes on and on. And through a lifetime, I'm going on my soapbox. But I'm being careful. I'm not getting all the way up there. I'm just going to hang jump off of it. They just get worse and worse as years go on. And I don't know why parents try to ignore it and try to put it off. Because by the time they become 40 and 50, trust me, the siblings actually hate that motherfucker. Whether they admit it or not, they hate that motherfucker. Okay? So, this is just things I see. This is things I see out of my eyes. I'm just saying. Anyway, I ain't got a long jump down off the soapbox today. It's just put up and let's move on. Anyway. Essence Fest. There's a Q&A. So Tamar as well as Trina were going to be at the Essence Fest. Trina was worried about what their camaraderie was going to be when they get there. And I'm like, that's bad for sisters. If you can't even fake it, that's bad. But anyway, they go to this Q&A they had. Tamar was a little bit late. Now, I have to give her this because, I give credit where credit is due. She was clean. Tamar was clean. Somebody had sat her down and did her motherfucking hair. She had a very nice, real pretty electric blue dress on that was fitting the hell out of her. She was done. The bitch was snatched and she had a bad pump. And I'll give her that. Did you ever notice that bitch? She wore some fucked up costumes, but that bitch wore some badass shoes. Badass shoes and boots. And I think most of them are Louboutin. But yeah, that bitch can pick a shoe, but she sure can't fuck with an outfit usually. She's ridiculous when it comes to an outfit. But anyway, she looked really, really good. But she got up there at the Q&A. She shaded the sister. She shaded Trina. She was just shady. Just, you know, shady. And that's what she lives for. She lives to act that way. You know, she's like, oh, well, I just have to shut up when I'm dealing with my sister so I can get along with them, have a good relationship with them, and then wait until they ask me something, and then I'll just go ahead and lie to them. Really, bitch? Because in short, what she said was, all my sisters are delusional, and they get mad at me for telling the truth, so I'll just lie to them and tell them they're fabulous, but they're really a fucking mess. Now, did you all get something different in it? Because that's what I got out of it. Leave a comment down at the bottom and tell me what you think. But that's what I got out of it. They're all a fucking mess. But to appease them, I just tell them that they're fabulous. Really? Okay, Betty Rubble. Anyway, once the Q&A was over, she threw all the shade for a half hour, 45 minutes, or however long they were up there. She's begging Trina to stay. Well, I want somebody to be here with me. You know, it's, oh, come on, I'm going to be here by myself. Her and Gabe was given, girl, bye, we're out of here, honey. We got a 6-hour drive, bitch, and we're not wasting any of that time on you. We're out of here. Toodles. And they went on and they laughed. And she steady going on. Well, I just think it's bad. I really wanted somebody to be here with me. Really? How do you want the motherfuckers that you threw out of a concert? You threw them out of the motherfucking arena. And now all of a sudden you want them to stay at the Superdome with you. Girl, you got a whole lot of balls, Miss Tamar. Just the best. But Trina wasn't going for it. Trina went right the fuck on home, just like she should have. Anyway, next thing we ran into, it was Traci doing her video, shoot for her video. And I like the song. I do like the song. Traci needs new stylists. She does. She needs new stylists. Her album cover is the shit. But every other picture if that was taken, I hate it. But her album cover is good. I didn't care for the things they had her dressed in her video. Hair, wrong. You know, because she's lost so much weight. She looks really good. But the way her hair is, all that sleek, straight, flat out, her face is too fat for that. She needs some volume. And her stylist, when they did her photo shoot for her album cover, they gave her too much volume, but she looked like a crazy red-headed drag queen. But there is a balance that you could come up with. And all that red hair, girl, I ain't really into that hamburger look. I don't know. Let Rihanna do that. Let Rihanna do that. She could do that red hair. She get her a badass haircut. Girl, Traci, call me, bitch. I'll hook you up because it's just ridiculous. And then she had a wig line that was not going to stop with that damn animal, whatever. Anyway, fuck all that. That was a couple weeks ago. It was fucked up. But I didn't care for her wardrobe for the video. And I thought they were very rude to the leading man. He's a cute little thing. He was little. You know, he was a short guy. But they fix all that to where it doesn't look off. But she didn't have chemistry with him. And then she wasn't really trying. Traci's real silly, you know. So she wasn't really trying. Then when she kind of did try, it was like this overacted. And she was kind of like all over him. And it was kind of uncomfortable to watch because it was looking like she was molesting him. But then Tamar comes through. She's talking about the man's penis size and carrying on. Really? Really? You're worried about how small his feet are, Tamar. How small his feet are. He might have a little man, you know, whatever she called it. Really? We're not going to get on what we think about Vince, are we? We're not going to start. Because, see, Vince could have a whole goddamn whopper of a penis. But could you find it? Could you see it? And on him, would it actually even look big? Girl, don't start. Don't start. Now, I like Vince, but I'll ether him just as nice. You don't do that. Like, how you going to read this model? He's a model and an actor, and you're hung with Grimace. Girl, bye. Anyway. She came in there dressed like she was going to the mall, and then said, you bitches got all dressed up. Talking about Tony and Trina, because they were clean for the video. They looked real cute. She just had on jeans and a t-shirt like she's going to the mall. But you did that because that's what you thought of the video. That's what you thought of her video shoot, bitch. Jeans and a t-shirt and fuck her. A mess. And she ended up looking foolish. She started having something to say about the treatments for the video. And they're like, girl, wait a minute. It's not your video. It's not your video, Tamar. Go sit down. She's just a mess. Anyway, there's a portion there where they had this little dinner party. And the girls were late. But they're always late. So what does it mean? And Braxton and Evelyn were there. Before they came, Tamar sat down with them to basically give her side of why things are what they are. And of course, Tamar didn't do anything. And I try, and I call them, and they just don't want to. And I'm looking at Evelyn and Braxton Sr., and they're not calling her on her shit. They're listening to their baby. And I'm like, okay, I'm really done with this. I've been watching this for 10 episodes, and y'all been listening to your motherfucking baby. And your baby don't never do no wrong, but everybody else can see it but y'all. Reminds me of a cousin of mine, but I don't have time for it. It's ridiculous. And like I said, at a point, it just gets old, and you don't even want to be bothered anymore. So, Braxton Sr. and Evelyn, not helping. Not helping. Every time you sit with Tamar and let Tamar tell you whirlwind of bullshit and you ain't listening with your ears wide open and calling her on her bullshit, you're not helping the situation. All you're doing is just creating an issue where your other kids are actually going to resent you for the bullshit. Trust me when I tell you, they're going to resent you at some point if they don't already. Anyway, moving on. Goofball Tamar, where she performed over there at the Superdome. For some reason, this bitch, in her mind, she thinks she's Beyonce's understudy. Okay? You got these bodysuits, but you're built like a case piece of sausage. She got no waist, no hips. And then I don't understand this thing. I guess Vince doesn't want her in a full-on bodysuit. So her bodysuits are designed where she wears these little shorts underneath, and it looks trifling. She looks like one of the characters from Xena Warrior Princess. Very, I don't know. It just ain't a good look. It's kind of slutty in one part, and then it's kind of bulldaggerish, and I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like the whole bodysuit, the high cut over top of the short. That's not fashionable, darling. That just looks like, I don't know, like you doctor in a camel toe or something. I don't know. It's just horrible. And then she had all this beading on this one she had on. The bitch looked like Alien Predator. I didn't care for it. And her hair was fucked up too. She had fish hooks all over her head. I said, girl, who curled that? What beauty student did that, baby, with all the fish hooks? Because that truly looked like Pittsburgh Beauty Academy week 1. That was a mess. But anyway, we end up going on. Evelyn did, when they all were there, Evelyn was saying, that name calling. She don't like the way that they call each other names and everything. And I get that. That was cool. But again, the one calling names, that's another violation. You're saying you all, but it's only one person. It's one person. Tamar called them bitches and whores. Tamar called them fat. Tamar called them Teletubbies. They ain't called Tamar nothing. So stop saying you all, Evelyn, when you know it's one person. It's your fucking baby, that goddamn Tamar. But anyway, we ended the season with Tamar. Tony invited them to go to South Africa. She don't want to go to South Africa because they said, let's just do it and do a girls' trip. She wants to take Logan, and she wants to take Vince. That ain't what the trip's about. We ended with Tamar getting up and saying she's leaving. And her last thing was, I don't know what it is that I need to do to try to fix the problem. And they really ended the season there. So they just left it open. So I guess when they come back next season, they'll be arguing again. Bye. Anyway, I do. I know how to fix it. I truly know how to fix what the situation is. There's one person that's not having a good time. There's one person that does, oh, and they're not doing the single now either. Oh, we'll get to it, like y'all have gotten to it all this time, but that's okay, because ain't nobody looking for it that way. But I know how to fix the problem. Fuck Tamar. Go on about y'all's business. Like, seriously, go about y'all's business. Fucking ignore her. I promise you, if you ignore a sock puppet, Lord have mercy. If you ignore a sock puppet with eyelashes and go on about y'all's way, because y'all are all grown women with children of your own, it's not your job to nurture Mrs. Motherfucking Muppet. It's not your job. Go the fuck on without Tamar. Go to South Africa. Have a wonderful time. Go to dinner. Go back and forth from LA to Atlanta and visit each other and do what y'all do and have a great time. Don't include the bitch. I promise you to bring about a change in her. And it'll be one of two things. Either the bitch will pull herself together and act like she has sense, or she'll get very pissed off and she'll go off to be by herself. Now, I know that's y'all's sister and y'all love her and everything like that, but trust me, if the whore would just go off and be by herself, y'all be some much happier motherfucking bitches, trust me. But you gotta be willing to lose her. Throw the bitch away. Throw her away. Throw that bitch in the garbage. And see if she come out smelling fresh. If not, Febreze the shit out of her. And that's all I got to say about it. I done had enough of that motherfucker to last me a lifetime. I've been fussing about her for 10 weeks. Fuck Tamar Braxton, you rude whore. And that's the other thing. I saved this for here because I wasn't going to do a whole video. I wasn't even going to dedicate a whole video to the bitch. There's footage of her concerts. That whole thing with her pulling people up on stage to sing the Tamar shit anthem. She always brings 2 or 3 people up and they sing Love and War. Take a minute and check into that. It shows you a lot about Tamar's her actual personality. That bitch is fucked up. You're fucked up even with the fans, and I don't know how y'all sit around and we love her, we love her. Y'all are clowning. Y'all are clowning. You bring somebody on stage, tells them, yeah, I want somebody to be able to discover you, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to sing Love and War. Did you ever notice nobody gets to sing any of the high parts? Nobody ever gets to have a moment. Because you snatch the mic off of them. Whether they're good or not. And if they're good, she runs and snatches the mic off of them. And always shade and side-eyed them and care. You do your fans like that? Anybody who thinks enough of you to follow you around and see what it is that you're up to, how dare you shade them? How dare you point out things that you don't care for about them? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? And I mean, it's crazy. Now, to misuse a motherfucker you know or misuse your sisters, those fans, girl, you are out of order. But that's all going to turn around on you. You going to mess around. Your wig going to be, you be wearing your wigs backwards and you going to be crazy as a motherfucker somewhere in your life wondering what the fuck you did, how you ended up by yourself. I guarantee you, bitch, you better get a hold of your life. Get a hold of your, you always tell somebody to get their life, bitch, get a hold of yours. And on that, a good season to you, bitch. I hope your show works out. Because I guess the Tate Marshalls will watch it. Fucking whore. Anyway, thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. 10 weeks, I'm just absolutely all tapped out with Tamar. I had enough of her. The more I say of her, the worse it got. Leave me comments. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much for following the whole season. I know I wanted to throw up a couple times. How about you? Leave it in the comments. All right. Bye, guys.